If you were hoping that Indiana Jones would somehow manage to make it out of woke Hollywood unscathed, that he would ride off into the sunset with the fedora sitting comfortably on his head, with his whip at his side, well, your hopes may be fucked. Even though we literally had that ending already 33 years ago in the brilliant film Last Crusade, we all know that Steven Spielberg and George Lucas couldn't leave well enough alone, and they just had to bring Indy back in 2008 with Crystal Skull. So instead of the perfect ending that already was, they started the series back up and gave us a new ending that teased that, yes, even more was going to come, which has led us to where we are now as we very nervously await Indiana Jones 5. Now, even though this report is just based on rumors and sources, given Hollywood's and Disney's track record of destroying classically male characters because they must take down the patriarchy, I have no doubt in my mind that this is what they are doing to him. Before we get started, if you're new or a returning viewer here, if you enjoy content like this, I put out stuff every single day covering pop culture and commentary on funny and interesting stories of all kinds. So if you could consider hitting that subscribe button, that'd be awesome. I always work hard to make entertaining videos. But if not, I appreciate you watching all the same. So anyway, with that out of the way, let's take a look at just what the hell is going on here with Indy. Report says Disney wants to make Indiana Jones a girl. Test screenings for Disney's Indiana Jones 5 have been disastrous, reports World of Reels' Jordan Rumi. Rumi has also heard that rumors indicate that Disney is in a panic over the screenings and that they're worried the movie will bomb. Well, of course the friggin' movie would bomb if people knew what they had in store for Indy ahead of time. That's why you're going to see Disney and people on the production itself run mass damage control leading up to the film, denying everything and straight up lying. Just remember who we are dealing with here. The biggest test screening disaster involves one cut of the film that has Phoebe Waller-Bridge replacing Harrison Ford at the end of the movie. Another unpopular conclusion had Ford's Indiana Jones dying, writes Rumi. Presumably, this would set up the franchise for further sequels with Ford not returning. Well, I'm glad to hear that the biggest test screening disasters were those two endings right there, which probably has Disney absolutely enraged because there's no doubt in my mind that those were the two endings that they wanted to do the most. I'm just surprised that they weren't combined together. Why would they simply only replace Indy with a woman when they can also kill his character in the same movie in pure woke Disney fashion? Ford not returning is obvious. He's 80. I just find that sentence so comical. Yeah, it's obvious he's not going to return because of his age, but I would have said the same damn thing leading up to this future piece of trash movie. What the heck was he thinking signing on to do an Indy movie at 78 or whatever he was when he did? It really makes me think of this hysterical quote right here.
Ending, then halfway through, look, you have a 98-year-old woman who's flying out of a plane inside of a Humvee, crashing onto Hoover Dam, going into the water. Old people just have to turn slightly and they injure themselves.
It's just absurd. This movie should never have been greenlit. This is about the brand, and only the woke rumors over at Disney could destroy the Indiana Jones brand. After all, it was Disney that took the most beloved movie franchise in history, Star Wars, and woke raped it until it was no longer viable as anything other than a TV show. Ooh, that was brutal. You got that right. And allow me to add this. Who the hell is Phoebe Waller-Bridge? I'm vaguely aware of the name. I know the woketards love her. I don't know who the hell she is either. I don't know and I don't care. All of these potential movie endings are garbage. This is who they want to make the next Indiana Jones, some girl who was on TV for a few years? You can see the logic behind handing the Indy baton to an Angelina Jolie, Charlize Theron, or Mila Jovovich. It would still be a terrible idea, but those actresses are movie stars with some credibility in the action genre. All three of them aren't exactly young either. They're all pushing 50. The Star Wars film franchise was so foolproof, even George Lucas's stillborn prequels couldn't kill it. Indiana Jones is so foolproof, even the dreadful Kingdom of the Crystal Skull couldn't kill it. But Disney can kill Indiana Jones. Disney can kill anything. And is it any surprise that producer and Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy is behind these Indiana Jones 5 and these non-stop franchise-killing ideas? This is the same moron who woke raped the Star Wars film franchise until it was doornail dead. And that she did. But anything after all of those disasters doesn't even surprise me anymore. This is who Disney is. This is what they believe in. Classically male characters stand little chance as long as people like her are running the show. You know, I just think back to that picture of her and other women wearing that stupid "The Force is Female" shirt, which was taken smack dab in the middle of the period when they were destroying Star Wars. You know, all this being said, I do think it's fair to point out that the Indiana Jones director, James Mangold, said recently on Twitter that these reports are completely untrue and that the prospect of replacing Indy was never discussed. I mean, come on, guys. This is Hollywood. They have never lied before, right? It's not like this hasn't ever happened before where they completely lied to the audience in order to protect their upcoming woke dog shit movies or TV shows from being complete failures, right? No. No director has ever done that before. No, I don't trust a single person in Hollywood when they are trying to convince me that they aren't about to destroy a classic IP. You know, and I sure as hell am not going to take them at their word. You know, I have no doubt that this is exactly the fate they had in store for Indiana Jones. And the most likely scenario is that they will do mass rewrites and reshoots a la Rise of Skywalker to try to cover their tracks after these disastrous test screenings. I have nothing against female action stars. I love the Resident Evil series, and Jolie was terrific in that first Tomb Raider flick. Both of those franchises began as video games with female protagonists. That's how it works. You don't plug a girl into a guy's role. You don't plug a guy into a girl's role. People resent it. They can smell the social engineering a mile away. We don't go to the movies to be socially engineered. Well, not all of us. Not all of us sane people. You know, I like that paragraph right there. That pretty much sums up exactly how I feel about all this shit. The only difference is that you never see it in the other direction. When has there ever been an example in recent years of an established female character being replaced by a male actor? It hasn't happened to my knowledge, and I wouldn't want to see it happen. But it always happens in the other direction, and that's exactly the freaking problem. This "down with the patriarchy" nonsense needs to stop. But that's like asking water not to be wet. You know, it's never going to fucking happen. So, that's pretty much it. You know, I honestly have a hard time feeling bad for Harrison Ford if this turns out to be the future of Indiana Jones. After all, he's the one who signed on to do the movie. You know, he could have told them to F off, and I really wish he had. In an entertainment landscape where there are pretty much no more beloved properties and characters that haven't been completely trashed by Hollywood, Indiana Jones never had a chance. We're just gonna have to wait until next summer to find out if they do destroy his legacy. The chances are high, though. Let me know what you think of this in the comments down below. Also, like and share the video, and please consider subscribing if you enjoy my content. And I'll catch you all later.